Ever feel like the day's slipping through your fingers and you've barely made a dent in your to-do list? What if I told you that you're probably wasting hours on things you don't even realize? Let's fix that. Time. It's the one thing we all have, but we never seem to have enough of. Whether you're a student struggling to balance school and life, or you've got a full-time job and just can't find time to do the things you care about most, wasting time can feel like an invisible enemy. So, how do we beat it? I'm going to show you 10 proven ways to stop wasting time and finally take back control. Now, let's be honest. Everyone wastes time. Whether it's getting sucked into social media, binge watching shows, or just mindlessly scrolling, we're all guilty of losing track of time. And the worst part? Most of us don't even realize it's happening. One minute you're checking your phone for a quick message and suddenly an hour is gone and you have no idea where it went. Sound familiar? But the real problem isn't that we waste time. It's that we don't know how to stop. It's like being trapped in a loop, and every time you try to break free, something pulls you right back in. That's why today we're going to break that cycle once and for all. Identify your biggest time wasters. Let's start by figuring out where your time's actually going. Ever checked your screen time stats? It can be pretty eye-opening. The average person spends almost 3 hours a day on their phone, just on social media. That's 21 hours a week. Imagine what you could accomplish if you got half of that back. So take a few minutes to check your phone's screen time, see which apps are eating up your hours, and ask yourself, is this how I want to spend my time? Second, set clear, prioritized goals. Not having clear goals is like walking in a circle. You're moving, but you're not getting anywhere. You need to know exactly what you want to achieve every day, and it can't just be vague stuff like be productive. Write down 3 specific things you need to get done, and make them realistic. Trying to do 20 things in a day sets you up for failure, but narrowing it down to 3 key tasks makes it achievable. The 2-minute rule. Ever put off something because it feels like too much effort, only to realize later it would have taken you 2 minutes? That's where the 2-minute rule comes in. If a task takes 2 minutes or less, do it now. Don't wait, don't overthink. Just get it done. Whether it's responding to an email, putting something away, or sending that quick text, if you can knock it out in 2 minutes, do it. Those tiny tasks build up, and if you keep postponing them, they'll overwhelm you. 4. Use time blocking. Here's a game changer, time blocking. It's simple. You schedule your entire day in chunks of time, even for things like meals, breaks, and relaxation. Instead of thinking, I'll do that later, you assign a specific time for it. For example, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., you work on a project. From 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., you check emails. You'll be shocked at how much more efficient you become when your time is planned and protected. 5. Limit distractions. Seriously. Let's talk distractions. Notifications, people interrupting you, or even your environment can derail your focus faster than you realize. Set up your space so it helps you stay focused. If your phone's the problem, use the Do Not Disturb mode, or better yet, put it in another room while you work. Also, let people know when you're busy so they don't pull you away from what you're doing. It's all about minimizing anything that pulls your attention away. 6. The Pomodoro Technique. If you've never tried the Pomodoro Technique, this is going to be a game changer for you. Here's how it works. You break your work into 25-minute chunks, called Pomodoros, followed by a 5-minute break. After 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break, around 15 to 30 minutes. It works because 25 minutes feels manageable, and knowing you have a break coming up keeps your focus sharp. This technique helps you stay productive without burning out. 7. Break tasks into smaller steps. Big tasks can feel overwhelming. That's why we procrastinate. They seem too large to tackle, so we keep pushing them off. But what if you could break those big tasks into smaller, more manageable steps? Let's say you need to clean your entire house. Instead of seeing it as one massive task, break it down. Clean the kitchen for 20 minutes, then tackle the living room. When the task feels smaller, it's less intimidating. 9. Set boundaries for me time. Burnout is real, And part of avoiding it is making sure you have time for yourself. But it's easy to let me time spill into hours of doing nothing. So set boundaries. If you're watching a show or playing video games, limit it to an hour. Use that time to recharge, but don't let it eat up your entire day. Treat it like an important task. And when your time is up, move on to the next thing. 10. Reflect and adjust weekly. Here's the final tip. Take time every week to reflect on how you spent your time. Were you as productive as you could have been? What distracted you the most? What can you do better next week? Adjust your approach based on what worked and what didn't. This weekly reflection will help you become more aware of your habits and tweak your strategy as needed. Imagine waking up every day knowing exactly what needs to be done and going to bed feeling accomplished, not overwhelmed. You'd finally have control of your time instead of feeling like it's controlling you. That's what these strategies are all about, turning wasted hours into productive time, giving you back the freedom to do the things that truly matter to you. Look, no one's perfect. We're all going to waste time here and there, but the goal is to reduce it. When you identify your time wasters, set clear goals, and use techniques like time blocking and the Pomodoro method, you'll notice a huge difference. You'll not only be more productive, but also feel way less stressed. Want more tips on mastering your time? Hit that subscribe button or check out the next video for more life-changing hacks.